We are live. We're back in the house with Bundy.
Yo, so right, I'm just trying to figure out. I've just put my AirPods in and jump in between the two.
He's out of practice, mate. He's out of practice. What I was going to say is, Bundy, before we get on to talking to you, mate, got to pay the bills. So just want to give a shout out to our sponsors, because without this podcast, without the sponsors, podcast will be very difficult to do. So we have to do this because it's part of the show, mate. So Verso, Bosch, because we haven't got the third screen, I've got to sort of do it on a cheap here. So Verso, switches, fuse boards, spurs, top spec stuff. The switches and spurs are top spec. The fuse boards are top spec. Go and check it out. It's not like a cheap fuse board made of cheap metal. It's a cheap fuse board made of good shit. It's really, really good stuff. Silver buzz bar, well, silver coated. Come on, I've tried to scrap it before, it didn't work. But yeah, it's good stuff. And if you want to buy it, electricianspod.shop. Now, the second one. There's a tester brand that I'll call Sharvin Arnu. Jamie bangs on about it every week. And for those of you who don't know, they do the next level power monitoring meters. So I'm going to butcher this. However, if you want to work out and understand the electricity going in and coming out, they are the people to use. Sharvin Arnu, they got some great guys on their technical. And yeah, go and hit them up. Sharvin Arnu. Right. Nick, how have you been, mate?
I'm all right, mate. I've been a busy bee. I've been a busy bee. Hi to everyone in the comments, because I've never done live before, I don't think. So I'm trying to go through everything in the chat.
Don't let it distract you too much, mate. I'll tell you why, because it can become very distracting. I have it on my phone. I'll be okay. Yeah.
I'll be okay. Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, good. Busy. Life's changed a lot even since, because the last episode I did with you was a year ago, more than a year.
Might be now. Might be.
Yeah, YouTube's gone mental, work's gone mental. Adam's fully qualified electrician now with a gold card.
How do you feel?
Proud, really proud.
Good.
I don't have a gold card, and he does thoroughly love telling me I don't have a gold card.
Rightly so. Listen, here's the thing about the gold card that people don't understand. It's like, it's such a proud moment to get a gold card that you just think, I don't know, it's just something about having it makes you turn into a dickhead about it. I don't know what it is. It's just something about having it. Can't tell you.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, we were joking around, and they brought out, I can't remember who was saying it. Oh, it was Joey Fix. I watched it, and there's a domestic gold card you can get now. There's a new scheme that's been brought out, or was talking about it. I looked at it. Yeah, and it means nothing to me. I don't need it. I don't need it in domestic or anything like that. But I get it for someone that wants to have that gold card or that piece of plastic to show people and go, I can get one too. It is in domestic sector. Like, I would, just for the content and to film it all and talk about it and to run people through, like, I would do that course. If someone said, here, Nick, you can do it for free, but film the whole thing just to prove to myself I can do it, I think I'd do it.
So here's the thing.
But then I'd have a gold card that say domestic, and then you'd be like,
doesn't mean anything.
This is the Costco card, though. Do you know what I mean?
Like, that's the problem with the domestic one. Unless they split them down the middle and say, right, if you've got a commercial industrial one, it don't mean nothing in domestic, and vice versa. The proper gold card, the JIB gold card, if you like, is going to be the killer, isn't it? It's going to kill everyone. With that though, you're now. So what are you doing with Adam? What's his role now?
He is on the cusp of going self-employed. Nice. Buying his own van. He's had a bit of an issue selling his car, which he's never had to sell a car before. It's been his first and only car, and it's never simple, is it?
Did he put it on Facebook Marketplace?
Yeah, and Amazon, Auto Trader, and everywhere like that. And loads of interest, and then sold it 3 times, and then no one ever turned up, and stuff like that. But he can't get his he can't get his van until he sells his car to release funds. He's found a few nice vans that he wants to get, and I've already said the other day I bought him a big pack out set for passing his AM2 to say congratulations and whatnot. Starting the journey with that. I've already spoken to different companies for him. So as and when he gets a van, he doesn't have to worry about anything that goes in it, pretty much, as long as we film it or he films it.
Yeah.
Using the YouTube side of things, companies will be happy because they get the exposure from Adam. He won't be on my channel, and I've told everyone this. It's Adam's journey. He does it what he wants to do with it now. But he's going to subcontract to me for like 2-3 days a week and then do his own other stuff. Because it frees my time up. Because now I'm at the stage where, let's say last year when me and you were doing this, I was doing YouTube, let's say 20% work, 8%. And then magically, after literally the past 3 months, it's almost balanced out to YouTube 50-60%. Like it's really taking a turn of how much I'm doing it now.
Oh, okay.
So when Adam's with me, I end up sending him home for 2 days anyway, and I'm paying him just to film stuff in the unit or go and do something with the company. And I'd rather him be able to go on his own jobs and earn 3 times as much as he would with me a day doing his own stuff. So
yeah, because I suppose you can't really be paying him, even though he's just qualified. This is quite interesting actually, because even though he's just qualified, you can't be paying him 200 quid a day.
No, his pay didn't change, and we agreed that. I said that to anyone watching this might completely disagree with me, but from a logical standpoint, Adam can't. It makes no difference the fact of, let's say he got his card on the Wednesday, on the Tuesday, and on the Wednesday he can do exactly the same thing. He's not registered with a CPS. He's not got his own van. He's not going out doing his own fuse boards. He's not earning me any more money for me to go, right, cool, you can do this now because you've got a gold card, go and do it. Because he wants to go a different path. So for the time being, I just said to him, I'll get you a few more bits and bobs. But it looks like in the next 2-3 weeks, maybe he's going to go self-employed. So
See, this is a fascinating thing, because actually Adam's apprenticeship isn't normal.
No, he's had probably the only one ever like this.
I would say, yeah, I think he's probably had one of the most, I don't want to say
spoiled. He was spoiled.
Yeah.
No, he was spoiled, but it was well deserved. Like he wasn't given stuff.
But he's not a dickhead with it.
No, that's not at all. No, he appreciates it, but he works hard. As much as that is possible with me. Like
lies. Because Nick don't work hard. He works hard for about 12 hours a week. That's it. Most of the time,
fortnightly, possibly. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't even
I used to graft. It's times have changed.
But so are you missing the electrical work, or are you just happy to let that be where it is for now?
No, a bit of both. I still enjoy going to work. I've always enjoyed going to work. You know that. And to film it at the same time. My problem I'm finding with work in filming is we're duplicating so many videos. Let's say that I've got 4 fuse boards to do in 2 weeks. No one wants to see it. And the past couple I've fitted with Verso, and we've showed them off in the miniature RCBOs, and I've got an AFDD one to fit in my own house. But trying to break out the repetitiveness of the same video. This is the problem I had with 4 E-Rise in a row. There's only so much content you can get until it's, I might end up just doing solar battery installs and videos every video, and people just get bored of it. Do you know what I mean? That was a good. You didn't get that reference. I didn't get that reference.
But listen, what's your name, Jamie? I can't be doing this.
I know he's in the chat. He's listening.
He is. It's funny. When Adam gets 50% of the business, he'll be spoiled just like Matthew, Mark's son. So, but it's funny. I tell you, do you know what? Just going back to the gold card thing. The other day, I was asked by a customer, so I probably do maybe 70-30 now. So 70% I do contracting, 30% I do of my own work now.
Yeah.
And I get a lot of my stuff off of Facebook and Nextdoor app locally.
Yeah.
That's where 90% of my work comes from. 99% of my work comes from. And lady said, "Well, how do I know you're qualified?" I was like, "Good point. How do you know?" But I found my gold card, and it's got registered electrician on it. So I just took a picture of that and sent it to her, and she's like,
"Yeah."
So it does have its uses in domestic, but it doesn't mean shit, because
yeah. I mean, the only thing I would say if it was for me, I would just send off my yearly renewal for NAPIT sort of thing, membership number, who I am, or send off my card, like my membership card, my picture on.
Yeah, I mean, But yeah, it's funny. Let's have a look in these comments quickly. Bloody hell, we've got 65 people in here already. Lizzie, hello Lizzie. We'll have to have
Hey,
you back
Liz.
on soon.
Jack from
Hackwood
JRC. Gaz.
Gaz, yeah, Gaz is always in here. Mark's always in here, causing trouble. Jamie's in here. See, this is a problem with Jamie, right? My man is in a middle of a field right now in a caravan, right? He's 41 years old like me. You couldn't pay me to go in the middle of a field.
Jamie's 41.
Yeah.
There must have been an uphill paper round, my friend. Oh dear. Oh dear.
But, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's sitting there because it's probably pissing down with rain right now. And he's in a festival surrounded by pilled up drunkards.
Listening to us.
Listening to us.
Yeah.
Fucked up, mate. Fucked
Fair
up.
play, Jamie.
Pay me £1,000 to do that. I swear to God, to spend a whole weekend in a field, in a caravan in a field, couldn't do it. Sorry. No.
Good. Yeah. I'm living the dream a little bit.
What?
Go on, hit me some questions because you've got loads written down. I know you have.
Not necessarily questions, mate. But what happened to the van this week, mate? Where's the van been?
Oh, I had to have my actual van. I thought you meant the other van. If once you go over a certain mileage, there's a thing with our belt. I think it's the cam belt. It's through a wet belt, so it's a rubber belt that runs through oil. And apparently, when you get a certain mileage, they just snap and take the engine out. So I had it all booked in a month ago, and Ford, and I was booked in, and then Ford rang me up the day before it was meant to be dropped off and said, "Oh no, we still haven't got the bits in." Great. So it went in the other day. It was in there for 3 days or two and a bit.
The reason I ask is because you've been using your truck, innit? So you've
What
got
a nightmare.
Is
I've got
it?
Ford Ranger Wild Track, yeah. Because I've not got a drawer and I've not kitted out, or I don't have a roof rack on the back or a top box. But I slung everything in. And even though I'm a tall guy, you can't physically lean in. If you want to get to the stuff that's at the back, you're going for a crawl, mate. It's that long. And as well, the tailgate, bizarrely, it just opens flat and then creates another 1.5 foot. Like it doesn't fold down on itself. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. So it comes out like a bench almost, doesn't it?
Yeah. Great to drive. Terrible to park because it's even longer than my van. It's a long.
Do you know what? When I had that Isuzu for a couple of months, parking that was a nightmare.
Yeah, it's like a canal boat.
Well, and also it wasn't mine, so I didn't want someone to open and ding the doors and all that sort of stuff, even though it was jacked up, ridiculous and stuff. But yeah, how did you find like the van? Yeah, van or truck?
Oh, any day a van. I think even because I put it on Instagram and asked people. You're sorry.
Don't you feel like a van wanker driving around?
I love my van. I would drive my van over anything. I'm in love with it. From having old crappy vans in the past to then having such a nice van that has Apple CarPlay, that has heated seats and aircon. I'm like, why would I want to go in anything else? And I've got all my stuff with me all the time. And the floors have been. So everyone's a winner. But no, the truck, if it was set up properly, it had drawers, it had a slider, it had bits and bobs that you could utilize, you know everything was, I can see how you could work off it. But to be a full-time spark, if you're doing a rewire, what a faff.
Mate, I've been looking at that. I've got my budget isn't quite there yet. Like I've looked at every possible variation of truck. Like
yeah,
you need about, if you're going to buy a second-hand one, you need about 15 grand. I just don't have that.
Christ.
Yeah, and that's for like not even a low mileage one. That's like 100,000 miles on the clock. But listen, the older chat is blowing up about a very specific subject that I need to cover. Your beard.
Just seen it.
Your beard.
I've got a beard, yeah.
Right. The beard.
Yeah.
What is this about, Nick?
I did tell you about it, but to anyone that's new to this, I had a beard transplant in March, I think it was. So it's like a hair transplant where they take the hair out the back. Instead of putting it in the head, any bald spots, they put it in my sideburns and cheeks, because beforehand, I didn't grow anything. I grew this and a neck beard. I didn't grow anything on, like, there wasn't one hair. I didn't have one sideburn.
Like me then.
Yeah. and I had the opportunity to go and do it and to film it and to document the process. I obviously
Oh
got
wait, did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it for free?
No, I didn't get it for free. I had to
Did you
pay,
get a discount?
but I got it discounted. Yeah, yeah.
Jesus Christ! Whatever next? Whatever next, Nick?
I need a
Is there
penis
no
reduction
limit?
as well. If there's any dogs out there that are offering a free penis reduction, please let us know in the comment section below.
You're an idiot, man.
But no, we liked it. It was awful. I mean, I say it was awful. I think the only bad thing about it was the numbing injections. It's like acid. I mean, I've got tattoos. I'm covered. I've got them on my all over. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm used to needles. It's a different type of pain. It was 70 injections in the back of the head, and then after I settled down, I've gone because you can't move. Like you literally your eyes are streaming. You think, right, I've got through this, completely forgetting that they have to go and then numb my entire face afterwards. So then, but the worst ones with the injections, they had to put it in like the side of my ears, in my lips, and everything like that. But not like one. I'm talking like 15 each side. It was just crazy. But obviously, it lasts seconds, and then it goes completely numb. And it was just like sore as hell for like 4 days, and then it all fell out, and now it's all started to grow back.
Is it worth it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And
Now, because
what is the RRP on it?
How much did it cost? It should have been like $5,500. Yeah, it's all down to how many grafts are taken out and then inserted back in. Like, it's all down to percentage. Bye, Sam. I'll take the pod. Thanks for watching, Sam. Thanks for watching, guys. And yeah, and I can't quite tell you how much I got it for. I don't think I'm allowed. And Harper's here. And yeah, I'm happy with it. Really, really happy with it. But it's it doesn't properly happen until about 12 months. Like, this is 5 months now, where realistically all this already fell out because you're meant to go through like a shedding phase. So once they put the follicles in, the hair dies, falls off, and then facial hair grows. Because obviously this was originally head hair. You're not even listening from the back of my hair.
I'm listening and doing this at the same time.
So no, really good, really, really good.
Because that does look wispy like head hair.
No, it's the texture's completely changed now. It's just because it's so not dense. Like only half the hairs have come through.
Oh, okay.
So what I'm
your old boy.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to do is grow it all out, because in a month will be the 6 months thing where I can do a video on it. So I'm trying to grow it as long as I can, and then within the video shave it down so all this is the same length, just to see what it looks like. But already I'm happy, and I'm getting loads of nice comments from people at work and everything about it, because I told everyone, I was like, yeah, it's cool, why not?
You have to.
I've got nothing to hide. I wouldn't have done a YouTube video on it if I didn't, want to share the story.
Yeah, I found out.
Yeah, fact.
Like, I would have never left it alone.
Oh no, so I'd have done the same thing, but no, I'm really happy with it. And I think if anyone's out there that are thinking, I want a hair transplant or a beard transplant or whatnot, just do it. Who cares what people think? Like,
it's better than wearing a wig, though, isn't it? Like, if you get a hair transplant, it's better than wearing a wig.
I don't know either way, because sometimes there's not enough donor hair in the back. You physically can't have a hair transplant. There's some people that physically can't have one. So then the toupee things, or whatever they're called, are the next step. So I get it.
Keith said you should have used pubes.
Cheers, Keith.
Well, listen, I've got a bit of a contentious topic that I do want to bring up with you. And
that doesn't sound like you at all, Sam.
No. Listen, I'm chilled tonight. What are you talking about, bro?
Yeah, I've listened to a few. Don't worry.
So, fuse boards, outdoor fuse boards. What is your opinion?
Well, I was going to also have a pop at you. I was hoping Jamie was going to be here so I can bang both your heads together at the same time and say,
right, just bearing in mind, I don't give a fuck.
I know you don't, but you need to start. No, you can say and do whatever you want. And I've said this time and time again to people, you're all entitled. Everyone's like an arsehole. Everyone has an opinion, but not everyone wants to air it. That's all what I would say. Back to outdoor fuse boards. I personally don't see an issue with it. My point being, around my area, outdoor cabs, we have fitted so many fuse boards physically outside in an outside unit next to the main head and everything like that. Never had an issue. So I did sassy thing then. And obviously, this brand, I don't know if you want me to mention it, has brought out their own outdoor EV board, which I think looks quite nice. It's like a dark color. And then everyone's slagging it off, saying to do with the temperatures and the heat and things not working correctly.
I'm a little bit like you, though, Nick. I
Yeah.
don't know enough about that technical shit to really be able to pipe
No,
up.
I would fit it and go, sweet, cool.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah, but I get it.
It's because Jamie said.
But I've seen Mark's video on it, and he made a very good point. I listened to it about it being outside, and then he did the one where he put the heater inside and the cutout to make sure. I get it, that I do, but if there's stuff there to fit, let's say as a standard electrician like I am, when the manufacturer goes, here's an outdoor fuse board, you can fit it for EV stuff, I'll go fantastic, fit it, sign it off, that's me done.
Yeah, because you know what? I think it does come down to the fact that if you follow the manufacturer's
instruction,
you can't really go wrong, can you?
No. And yeah, I would hope that I would expect them all to be tested rigorously under all fault conditions, high temperatures, low temperatures, for them to come out at the end. I don't know any of that. So I could be very naive to saying this, but I wouldn't have an issue fitting one outside because I fitted so many fuse boards in an outside cab that is protected by 3 mils worth of fiberglass. With no seals, nothing. I can't see the difference between it being behind a tiny, tiny thin door or to be sat on a brick wall next to it. And no one's ever shouted at me for fitting a fuse board outside. But the only thing they ever say, that's the DNO's equipment, that's the DNO's box. No, it's not. It's the homeowner's box.
Yeah, that is true.
It's ridiculous.
The only thing the DNO own is the head.
The head, and then the meter is the supplier. That's it. The box, physical outdoor box, you can put in there. You want to put your Christmas lights in there, feel free, it's yours. I wouldn't recommend it, but it's your cupboard, it's your house.
I mean, these outside fuse boards, right? They do pose a few issues, don't they? So, like one person said here, Hackwood Electrical. What about when you lift the lid and operate the MCB in the rain?
That to me is natural selection, to be honest. If you're going to do that and you get hurt, I get it. But if it says on the lid, do not open and close in the rain, like, I get that. But it's no different, once again, if the homeowner decides to open the outdoor cab with the meter box key and flick the fuse board on if it trips and it's pouring it down. That doesn't come back on me. That's the homeowner for not using their brain.
What about this, though? And this is something this is something that's just occurred to me.
You're hungry.
If you're in a desert, right? Stupid prick. If you're in a desert, yeah, and then you have you can get water from the desert without actually seeing any water. So if you've got a plastic, you dig a hole, you put a plastic bag with a stone in the middle, and then the condensation builds up in that bag and then drops down into the bottle, right?
Yeah.
What's to say that might not happen? Like condensation building up in the box, drip, drip, drip.
Well, that could happen in any outdoor enclosure. That's why you do drill holes with a drip hole, so it would never fill up with water.
Then the IP rating's gone, bruh.
Well, that IP rating goes on everything. Outside sockets, you have to do a drill hole for a drainage hole.
No, you don't.
We always do, and it's drawn on it. This is the drainage hole that you're meant to drill out. Like, it's meant to be on the bottom. Water can't go upwards. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it can. It can.
Well, if it's a flooded area, yeah, but rain doesn't fall upwards, does it?
Listen, I'm just trying to play devil's advocate a little bit. I honestly
see the comments in this.
I know, right? Here's the thing, right? I don't actually care about outside fuse boards. It's Jamie's mission. Who do you see? He's I wish he was here now to cut it in.
Jamie's just put, that's wrong. The box in the DNO property, the NIC said last week, this is every part specifically given a use on the backboard. But, Jamie, if the outdoor cab was broken, who would pay for it? The DNO or the homeowner? It won't be the DNO, it'll be the homeowner, so it's their responsibility, so it's their property, other than the meter and I don't care what the NIC say. NIC. You should need to be with NAPIT. That's where people with brains go.
NIC can say what they like, but who are they? They're just a group of people that like make up their own rules, like earthing back boxes. You don't need to. It's a funny one because I don't know why it's such a bone of contention. Like it is a trampy thing to do, is fit a fuse board outside.
I don't think it looks great. If you have the option to fit it in, but there's no physical other option and it's hidden around the corner and the customer doesn't care, then I don't see the issue. But if there is, like Mark's saying here, if there is underlying things that can happen to the board outside, that should be put back on the brand for being fit for use in my
100%.
opinion. Not the electrician. If it's been sold as seen for this reason, then it should go back on the brand, not the spark.
Yeah, I don't know, mate. This is way above my pay grades. I'm just a basic bitch spark. Always have been.
I am. I hear things obviously on the grapevine, but I wouldn't have an issue putting it like outside. This is the thing. I fitted a plastic board the other week. It was in a utility. Sorry, what the old coal sheds outside. No windows, no doors, no nothing, and it was an outdoor. I put Verso stuff in it. That's completely open to the elements, other than the rain hitting it on top. What's the difference there?
Yeah, well, I suppose if it gets cold and the RCBOs are quite effective, this is why we need Will from Verso on, because he is like he's so in depth on this stuff. He knows it all. He was explaining to me the other day. They are rated from one temperature to another, and the second you go outside of that rating, you start getting 40 trip times, and it can. Why don't you just go on your phone, bro? That's sweet.
I'm reading the comments. It's like you just done.
But no, and it can affect the trip times. I think that is probably the overriding thing is the trip times. Should they make RCBOs and really RCBOs that are all-weather RCBOs that can work in that sort of environment? And is that even a thing you can invent?
Ask the wrong person here.
The brand are digging a big hole for loads of sparks, in my opinion. My aim is to save sparks grief in the future. Listen, Jamie, I know what you're doing, and it's fine. Like, I'm in. Anything for views, mate. I don't mind. Like, keep bashing people. It's sweet. I don't mind. 5 more for 100 views. Oh, there you go. Well, I'm bored and I'm lucky if I need to shave once a month. That's hilarious. Listen, all this outside bullshit, I don't know what the answer is. I don't think we'll ever really get to the bottom of it. It's like, it's just one of them sort of chicken and egg arguments, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
So, moving on from that, because quite frankly, neither of us are going to come up with the answer. That's for damn sure.
No. No.
So what's new with the YouTube world then, mate?
I'd say very close. So close, but yeah, so far. Just hit 93,000 subscribers last night.
Yeah.
Last night. So we're getting closer and closer to 100K, but it's such an uphill struggle. Like, there's not much new content. Sorry?
Telling me.
Well, yeah, true. Yeah.
4 years, I've got 5,000 followers.
Yeah, this is different though. But I'm trying to utilize shorts. I'm trying to use Instagram to my advantage, trying to drag people across and TikTok and reproduce the same video on all platforms. And every time, like, I did a video the other day. I did it a customer's house, their doormat. I don't know if you saw it. Can we say the C word on here or not?
What's the C word? Not well. You can say what you want. I don't care.
Yeah. So I opened this person's front door. I was working around, and their doormat said "No cunts." Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, can I please film your thingy? Anyway, got a little short out of it. I put it on Instagram, 3.8 million views on Instagram. TikTok, 1.4 million views. YouTube, where I really wanted it to work, 11,000 views.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no. Because that would have, if that had got a couple of million, that would have pretty much pushed me to 100K with new subscribers.
This is going to bore the piss out of everyone, this conversation, but I am interested in it. Out of the OG, you're one of the OG electrical YouTubers. So it's you, Savo, Chris,
Artisan,
Naji. Not really Artisan. It was Artisan.
Yeah. Jordan started just before me. Well, no, he just started a year before me. Jordan did.
Oh, okay. So like you guys are the OGs, right? And you're losing, bro.
Right. I know this is where Sam puts triggered another thing. No. I agree with it. Like, I'm, other than Dave, Dave doesn't do YouTube like us. Like, he does it in his own way. Jordan did very well and employed a big team with cameramen and editors and made his content cinematic. And I do, like, he's a different type of YouTuber to me. I'm a vlogging style who does everything myself, and Jordan isn't. Tom stopped uploading a year ago to do with whatever. Chris started doing loads of shorts, and I spoke to him a few times about it, and I was messaging while it was happening, but one of Chris's shorts got like 65 million views, and then a couple other ones then started following it, and he gained 100,000 subscribers in about 2 weeks off shorts.
And that done you right up, because
and I was like, there's no way I can catch that now. There is no, unless I get a couple. But no, super chuffed with him. He got his plaque. He's just doing bits and bobs and utilising it as where he can. And yeah, I'm very close to taking over Tom. But once again, Tom has like 200 less videos than me and still has more subscribers. So whatever he was doing back way and when was really working. If he'd have done a few more videos, he would have hit 100K, no problem.
it's funny, isn't it? It's like we all sort of chase at those. What I did for a long time, try and get this to being like something bigger than what it is, right?
Yeah.
And the second I just went, not doing it no more. Don't care. I'm just in it because I love podcasting.
Yeah,
mate, it's gaining. It's gaining.
Yeah.
All that chasing, all that worrying, eating my guts up out about other people and what they're doing and stuff like that. Pointless, because now I'm the only one left doing podcasts, really, and we're blowing up. Well, all right, relax. We're not blowing up, but we're doing well.
But for some lads that are just talking about electrical content, having a laugh while they're doing it, getting the numbers you're still getting is working well. Do you know what I mean? It's a niche subject, especially in two niche guest hosts that you two are like Marmite, and you know that. I can try and be in the middle ground and try and get people to be on my side. If you don't like me, you don't like me. Nothing I can change, but I will always sit level-headed. You two are like Marmite. There's a vast majority of people out there like look at you and Jimmy and go, I fucking hate them. Like there's nothing you could do to check. Because why?
Hold on a minute.
I like both of you. You know that. That's why I'm on here. But you are like Marmite, and so is Jamie. And you two must understand that.
I think I'm very different with Jamie as to how I was with you.
Is that better or worse?
No, I think I don't like it. I think Jamie's took my role.
Right, okay.
I think he took my role in terms of being way more like, but he's way more. He'll just call someone mad names with no repercussions. He get cease and desist letters. He'll get all kinds of shit thrown at him. Like he is ever.
Yeah, that's what you mean. You turned into me, and Jamie's turned into you. I get that, but I was always had to sit on the fence because of YouTube. I can't burn bridges and call people out for something I have little knowledge about, or do you know what I mean? Because it would affect me in the long run. I need to play the smart game. I have opinions on things. I just give them to myself.
Do you know what Jamie's biggest strength and weakness is? The fact that he is actually so knowledgeable on much, in such detail that when he quotes something off, technically, he's almost untouchable. It's so annoying. Like he's so annoying. He's that dickhead that knows so much that will just quote you off. Najee is the OG. I do agree with that. And to this day,
he was. And
Najee's videos to this day
still good. Some careful.
Well, definitely the best.
Hey, people don't think I like Tom. I've spoken to Tom. Like I watched him and Chris to start with, and that's the reason I wanted it. And I spoke to him a few times, and it was inspirational to me to see what he had with his unit and everything. Like, why do you think I followed suit and I did the things I did? I just took it in a different direction. He always had a cameraman ever since I watched him, and I used to watch his motor vlog because I used to have a motorbike until I sold it because of the kids. But and he would have gone much further with YouTube, but his business took him in a different direction. And he was the OG. He was the first one especially with big numbers and hitting good videos, that did it. And there's no one that can ever say any different to that. He was the first one to do it.
I miss him. Like, there's one thing he did that I appreciated because he did it with a straight face. Yeah. If he didn't know something, he would just make up the solution there and then, but act like that's how he was. That's how it's meant to be done. And you just be sitting there going, "What?" Like you'd be questioning your life.
Yeah.
But it was brilliant viewing, and I really like him, and I would love to have a chat with him. I would, but he hates me.
I've say Marmite. People in the comment section, Jamie said something like, no one said anything that nice about me, about the Marmite stuff. But yeah, Oh, I mean, probably what you said, to be honest, actually. But yeah, and then Dan from DSS, Dan disappeared off face of the earth. I think COVID really, really affected him. And I've never heard from him since, unfortunately. Sam, Nick, Jamie, and Dave Sabury, ultimate dream team.
That would be a mad podcast. But Nick, there's too much on the line for Nick to do that podcast, really.
Just keep quiet in the corner. You'll see me just sat in here, just rocking backwards and forwards.
Going, I do not agree with this. A sign saying I don't agree with it.
Thing is, the old, and it sounds daft, but with maturity, I'm like only 31. The older I'm getting, the more things that pass, and the more life throws at me, and the things I see and the people I speak to, the less I'm starting to give a shit. Do you know what I mean? I think that just comes with age. I don't know now. There's some things I'm saying nowadays of like 2 years ago when I said that. I wouldn't say I'm saying it publicly out loud, but to friends, family and whatnot, it's like, oh, mate, just fuck off. I'll be arsed with it.
Here's a question for you. And you don't have to answer it, but it's interesting.
9. Inches. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. The difference between, like, what is your... So you obviously make quite a bit from YouTube, and you make quite a bit from the electrical, like your electrical business.
Yeah.
For your overall income, like a month.
What's the what? Say again.
The split between YouTube money, like all in with YouTube sponsors, all your influencer shit packaged versus your electrical work. How does that sort of match up on your financials?
Well, the YouTube stuff's taken over the electrical stuff. I am more of social media, but that is because I'm working less as an electrician now.
And is that, put a percentage on it?
Probably 60-40.
Oh wow! And is that because you took a step back? You're not working 5 days a week doing electrical no more.
Yeah, that's it. And that's the reason I said to Adam, I can't realistically give him a pay rise if he would stay with me. Let's say we'd had a discussion and he was going to stay with me for another year on the books. I couldn't really give him much of a pay rise because I gave him one 6 months ago anyway. Because I'm doing less and less electrical work, I'm earning less and less money in that business to physically pay him from. The YouTube stuff goes into a different company. Like it's 2 separate entities. So I'm struggling with trying to pay him more. And we both had a discussion about him going self-employed, which made sense. Is I can pay him more as a subcontractor, but then I don't have to pay him for 2 weeks over Christmas and holidays and everything like that. That could then be put towards his hourly rate instead. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's the age-old struggle, mate. That's the age-old struggle with the electrical industry, and you're sort of facing that now. It's like, do you work PAYE versus self-employed? And that's the struggle like we've all had at some point.
Yeah.
And I think it's part of being an apprentice, moving away from that safety net, going earning your 200, 250, 300 quid a day on your own, but there ain't nothing to catch you when you have 3 weeks off work.
Exactly.
As I found out recently.
Yeah, and I've had it with Adam the past couple of years, and I've always been very, very fair and always been open as well about what we do. Is I pay him every week, like even when he has sick days and everything like that. I've always paid him. It's never changed at the end of the week, or every fortnight we do it. Go on, what's that face for?
Never realised how wank Sam's shed looks as a viewer. It looks like Joseph Fritzl's basement. See, only Jamie can put a sentence like that together.
Yeah, fair. I agree with that though, Jamie, to be honest. But I think they would call it a switchboard in the background, not a fuse board.
What do you mean?
It's American, isn't it? Fritzl, he's American, wasn't he?
Oh, Fritzl? You idiot, he's Austrian.
Oh, that was it. I thought he was not Austrian living in America, though.
What?
Well, I don't know. I remember I saw a documentary.
Go back to quick before everyone realises how dumb you actually are.
I don't know what we were saying. Oh yeah, because of Adam with that with money and bits and bobs, but I've always paid him fairly, and I've always probably paid him over what I should have, because I know what it's like. Like, why should I not pay Adam because I've gone on holiday? Like, how is that fair on him? So even when I go on holiday, I still pay him the week I'm off as usual. Like, I'd rather that and him appreciate that and not lose out on money. No. Oh, he probably
Yeah.
was, but it's not like I've got loads to give. But I just, if someone did that to me when I was the apprentice, I'd appreciate it more, work harder, and I don't know. Hopefully, as and when he ever has his own apprentice, he does the same thing that I did because I
So
got
what's
treated like shit. So I tried to
oh
make
mate,
up for it with Adam.
I got treated like absolute shit, and I was like fucking. I was a grown man as
Mm.
well. It's like fucking sweeping up around people's feet whilst on your hands and knees, fucking sweeping up stuff. I hated it. I hated it. Tell me this though. Um, look, Sam, who knows what? Listen, I'm getting blasted in here today. To be fair, the kids do not know where they is going. Oh, for Christ's sake.
Jesus, you shouldn't have read that out.
No, I shouldn't have read that out. Um, what's life like after Adam gonna look like for you?
There's some things that have happened or happening in the background that I'm not allowed to say anything about, which I can tell you a tiny smidge afterwards, but I can't say anything. But it will take me away
I'll say it
from,
then.
yeah, because it's exciting, isn't it? Ooh, I'm just getting a bit excited. Something that will take me away probably one day a week for a 6-month period doing something. And that's really exciting. Something I was like hopefully trying to get into anyway, and it just naturally happened, like the progression of it. And I plan to do 3 days with Adam and then have 2 days, whether or not I tell him to come Tuesday to Thursday, and then I have Monday and Friday for filming or to go and do some stuff. I don't know yet. But yeah, the progression is already, it happened by accident. And yeah, the amount of things I'm doing. And annoyingly, I nearly bit at someone the other day and I realized, like, even now, don't let it get to me. Someone's called me a sellout the other day, like all my videos are sponsored. And then I wrote this big thing down. I actually went back and looked at all my videos. Like the one video in the past 8 was sponsored, and it had 2 products in it. It had a whisker thing and some Unilight stuff in. And it wasn't even like that in depth. It was just like, oh, we've been sent this and did a little overview. And the guy's like, oh, you're such a sellout. Everything's sponsored. I was like, don't bite back. Do you know what I mean?
No,
1 in 8.
yeah, but do you know what's the funny thing about all that? And you know me, I was bang on it back in the day getting sponsors. You know, like I helped you get some, got loads of the podcast. At one point, we had 5 or 6 sponsors on the podcast. It was
Yeah.
ridiculous. And I feel like that's one of those things that you sort of ride the wave of, and then you realise, fucking, this is a
You
pain
need
in the
to,
arse.
yeah. Well, it's a pain in the ass. There needs to be a level. There needs to be a point of content that people want to watch because they want to watch you, and know there'll be natural integration of sponsored products that we truly believe in. There's a difference between doing that and showing it off, like the Verso stuff, like the Rhino stuff for me, like the Unilight stuff. Like I use this stuff day in, day out that I can recommend and say it's great because I physically would buy it myself. But then there's the difference where we have sponsors where I get sent stuff from China, and most of it is great. But would I have actually gone out and bought it myself? I'm talking years ago. I wouldn't do this now. If I wouldn't spend my own money on it, I'm not doing a video on it. That's as simple as that. But you get excited with sponsors to start with. We've all seen it with all the different other YouTubers.
It is exciting when you get some shit sent for free, but then it gets to the point where you're like, don't know what I'm going to do with all this. But it brings me on to my next subject.
Bundy's business course. Ivan's just put.
Just
No
don't
one
do
wants that, mate. No.
Just don't do it. If you ever do it, you know you're going to get absolutely gunned by Jamie, because if I bought out a business course, Jamie would gun me that day and still podcast with me, but he would hold me to account. So you would just come after. So just don't do it. It's not worth it. It's like having a Mongol. It's like having a Mongol after you. Like there's nothing you can do to stop it from coming.
It's just going to happen.
Yeah, you just got Genghis Khan is coming after you. There's nothing you can do.
Drew just put a good comment in here. What happened to the trainee apprentice? Who's on about Ben? We had a young lad called Ben working with us. He's still going to do some bits. Yeah, Ben's a great lad. He only lives around the corner. But he's just doing this like I did 3 years at college. And it was only ever work experience. Like I've said to everyone, once Adam is no longer my apprentice, I don't want another apprentice. 2 reasons, really. One, I can't dedicate the time and effort like I did with Adam to anyone else, because YouTube has completely taken over what was the norm.
Within the early days,
it was 99%, 1%.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And Adam rode the wave with me, and he did all the stuff through YouTube with me. And it's not fair on a new person to come in. Let's say it was Ben, I was giving him a job. he'd only see parts of certain jobs or work 3 days a week. I'd rather him go to someone that works full time, that can give him a proper apprenticeship like I did with Adam to start with. And then the other one is time. Like, I don't want another apprentice. I don't want to start from day dot again. I don't need another apprentice. I've then got Adam to subcontract anyway. And as much as I want to help people in the industry, I think that only the next other apprentice I'm going to get would be one of my kids. And that's going to be, if you look at Cole, the eldest, he's 13. So you're still looking at 4 years away. That's even if I'm a spark.
Gary comes out with a good point. Give people work experience. Problem with that is,
which I did. I've given Ben work experience. And there's other few
you
people.
don't want to do it all the time because you're going to get some right goons with you. It's funny. I told a story the other week, right? And it was half my fault and half not my fault. Really, I should take full responsibility for it. I went and done a job, right? Nice old boy. I went round to have a look at the job I was going to do, and he said, "Oh, my grandson's an electrician." Well, he's not. He works on the roads, but he's done all these qualifications. He reckons he only needs like a week on the tools with someone, and he'll be able to go out on his own.
Nah.
And I'm like, do you know what? Whatever, man. Why don't you get him round when I do the job and have a chat with him?
Yeah.
No problem. Anyway, turns up he's 30 odd. We get there and I go. He's never touched. He's like, he obviously knows his way around tools and stuff like that. He's all right. He's not like two left hands. He's all right. He's got good hand skills. Whatever. At 30 odd, you want to have. Anyway, so we get to the last couple of sockets, and the old boy wanted to reuse sockets that he had saved in his garage from 20 years ago.
Sounds about right, yeah.
And ordinarily, I would just flat out refuse. I've got sockets in my stock. I always carry sockets, I always carry switches and all that, as does everyone, right? You've got stock in your van stock, right? Anyway, he's done this, and I've been there nearly 3 hours. I'm only charging 2 hours. I've been there nearly 3 hours because I'm doing the guy a favor. You know, sometimes it's nice to spread the knowledge and stuff. And I go around and test the sockets, and one of the sockets is a bit didn't like it. I didn't like the reading. I didn't like it. So I said I didn't really have time. I had another job I was booked in for, and you know, he's qualified. So he's as qualified as you, Nick. He's done his 18th.
Yeah.
He's not done his MVQ, but he's done his City and Guilds level 3, right?
Yeah.
So he's electrical installation theory. He's done that. I'm like, mate, swap that socket over. I've shown him all about safe isolation, all that. I've run through it all with him. I was like, all you need to do.
Don't believe that at all.
No, I swear down. I swear. Because I tell you why, because everyone goes, would never work with electrics. And I go, do you know the most important thing about if you're going to do DIY electrics? Make sure it's off.
Yeah.
Safe isolation. That's it. All right, my safe isolation might be waving a magic wand over it, but you know what I mean? Whatever. Anyway, I'll say, right, here's a brand new socket. Put that on. I've got to go, but you're more than capable of swapping that over and turning the breaker back on. Here's a tester. Here's a plug-in tester. I'll pick it up tomorrow on my way through. Fine. I'll get 10 minutes down the road, and I get a call from the granddad. Oh, there's an earth fault on it. There's an earth fault on it, according to your tester. Yeah. We don't know what to do. I was like, all right, sweet. I'll come back. Screwing now. I'm fuming because I'll give this geezer 3 hours of my time, and now I've gone back. The geezer's gone home. He's gone home.
Right.
He just bounced. Like, he took that moment where I've spent 3 hours walking him through everything. He's bounced. So I'm left with a socket sort of half hanging off, all the cables out the back. And I was just like, do you know what? I was going to send him all the details. I was going to get him a couple of days work with me down on the site I'm working on. But because of that, because you couldn't stay and take pride for 5 minutes to do that socket for your granddad, you're cut loose now. And that's the problem.
It shows.
Giving out work experience. When you're giving out work experience, people are goons.
The thing is, I'm more than happy. We've had people do stuff. We had a customer that we worked for, Marcus in Coventry, and he wasn't in the trades at all. He's a software engineer, And he's got loads of tools that he bought because they've just bought this house that he's going to do up. And he's obviously watched a lot of my videos. Watched a lot of Jordan's videos and other people's. And I said, while we're chasing this, do you want to chase one? Do you want to take a floorboard up? And he was doing everything. I even got him when we went around and finished it with the tester. Said, do you want to do some testing? I'll run around with you and shout it works, and we'll fill the iPad out. Yeah, and he loved it. It was great. And it wasn't a burden because I was excited to pass the knowledge on to someone that wanted to learn.
Absolutely.
Really nice. As long as they're thirsty for it and they ask questions, and no question's a stupid question, not especially when you're starting. It really isn't. I'd rather you ask loads of stupid questions than be quiet because I don't know if you're taking it in.
Yeah.
Which is what Adam did great. And same thing with Ben. And Ben picked everything up first time really quickly. But anyone that wants to have a day at some point when I get there, sound, as long as you're local, I don't want any money for it, I'll happily pass the knowledge on. And I keep saying to people, I'm not the average spark anymore because I do less and less work. If you want a job with someone that's going to be showing you the correct procedure and spend as much time with you as they can, it's not me. I'm just not that person anymore. I was with Adam, but it's slipping away.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. The thing is, Nick, unless you transfer into something else, like, I don't know, TV or radio, whatever, and you move on into a different career, there will be a point where your YouTube will become less viable and you'll maybe pick that journey up again.
Yeah, absolutely. And
could you be doing YouTube at 50 years old? Maybe in the future, that's a thing.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe I'll change the channel around. It won't be electrical based anymore, and it will be my core audience that likes me for me, and I could do anything on there. You know what I mean? And vlog. But I want to be able to start buying houses, and like I've said before, and doing them up and video project, the whole thing of me doing everything, not just electrics, and do that. And that's what I want to do eventually, and that's what I want the channel to become. Is not a DIY thing, like someone in the trades that knowledgeable about bits or has friends in the trades that are all influencers in their own way with their own channels that want to jump across and collaborate, and we could just put on a good show and a good video for everyone to watch, and everyone could learn something and have fun at the same time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
That's the point.
I think that would be really good. Yeah, and then you've got that sort of ability to pass the knowledge on again. Yeah. So you're passing your knowledge on via your YouTube channels and via your apprentice. Well, not so much an apprentice anymore. The problem is, though, do you ever worry about people watching your videos and thinking they can do that in their own home?
Used to, not anymore. I used to. We put the disclaimer in the description, which I don't even know if you need to legally or whatever, but I do it, and I've done it ever since day one, just in case you get someone trying to change their own fuse board and they hurt themselves and they go, well, I watched Nick's video. It's like, well, I watched someone skydiving the other day. I didn't copy it because I watched them skydive. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Natural selection again. I'm going to say it. Like, if you think that way, that you could do something by watching someone do on a computer screen, which is edited, cut down to the bare minimum, that you could now do your own electrics. That's your own fault. Like, I'm sorry, but that is.
Yeah. Do you know
it's the same thing as that woman who put Gorilla Glue in her hair. Well, it didn't say here I couldn't put it in my hair.
I know, right?
Oh,
sure, you're dumb. But do you know what? I worked with a guy not so long ago, and he runs his own company. He's really smart in terms of the technical aspect. Do you know what I hate? I really hate it, and it's not, and I don't think I should hate it, but I do. Is people who were like software engineers then go and become electricians, and because they're really technical, they know all the answers, but they don't actually know how to do it. It drives me.
I think I like that. I would like someone that's good with books. I'm not. So if I had to be good at one thing, which was use my hands and figure something out, how you can take stuff apart and put it back together, I'd trial and error, completely be repetitive with it and learn that way. But to be book smart and then turn your hand to doing the trades, I think could work really well, because you know the regs. It's just then getting the site experience. I personally think that's a wicked way to go. I look at like that as Dave Savory. Honestly think that's the way Dave is. Dave's a bookworm who can absorb knowledge, who's clever, who's had to learn how to use his hands.
You think?
Absolutely, especially at his age.
I think that's why he's so shit.
Probably.
Yeah. He just sits there drinking all day. Listen, we could take shots at Dad Savo all day because he really doesn't care.
He doesn't. I love Dave to bits. But this is
Yeah.
the thing what you said about earlier with Tom doing his videos where you can see where he just makes the bit up of and then tries to find the answer.
Yeah.
Not me. I'll happily go, hang on a second. I'll ring Dave up or Mark,
Ring
I've done
Dave.
like you used to do,
Yeah.
and go, listen, I've got this little thingy. Can you help us out? And Gav rang Gaz a few times as well, saying, what do I do? What's the regs on this? Like, mate, it used to be hot tubs and earth rods back in the day. And then I'll say, I've just been on the phone to Dave. I'll throw Dave under the bus in case it's wrong. And you know what I mean? No one knows everything.
No, the thing about Gary is, right, although he hasn't deployed his skills in anger in terms of, this is Gary Hayes, GSH Electrical in the comments now. Although he hasn't had to sort of deploy his skills in anger to make a living, is there anyone who could hold a light to him when it comes to doing things properly? I don't think there's anyone on the planet who knows how to do a job more properly.
Oh, better. Yeah. No, I thought you were going the other way with that.
But you know, like, you see when he does the shorts and it's like, and he brings out like even the plug. Have you seen the plug one?
But he wires up the cable against the
Yeah.
piece of paper
And
it comes on.
I didn't even know that.
I know.
And I'm like, you dickhead.
Yeah. Like the Gordon Ramsay of electrical world, Gary's, isn't he?
Yeah, and like he just sort of floats under the radar. Does the eFix thing? Does the GSH thing? Doesn't necessarily deploy his skills to earn a living. But is there anyone who could do it better than him?
No,
I don't think.
Not
so.
that I could think of.
It might take him 4 weeks to change a plug, but you know,
It's a bloody good plug.
It's a plug that's never going to go wrong.
Never.
Because he's crimping the ends and everything. It's brilliant. I love it.
The heat shrinks there for years. It's never going to come off.
Nick, it'll be weird, Adam, not being by your side when you're working and making content, but you did good, bro.
Oh, thanks, Tim. To be fair, Adam's still going to be with me. He's still going to be with me. Adam's not going anywhere. He's still going to work with me for the next couple of years, hopefully. He just won't be as regular. That's all it will be. And he'll be doing lots more stuff on his own channel.
Does he want to sponsor?
Does Adam want to sponsor?
This is pod.shop. We'll sponsor him.
I've told him how sponsorship money should work. Like you told me back in the day. So expect a hefty quote, mate.
Yeah, but do you know what's funny about all that?
Sam, I'll tell everyone now. Sam did something great for me. Probably the one and only thing he ever did nicely for me is he told me to know your worth. With the online presence that I had or was growing, Sam did step back and go, mate, you know your worth. You're worth a lot more than that. More views, this, that, and the other. Charge double what you're charging for sponsorships. And I listened to Sam, and it's worked great ever since. So thank you, Sam.
100%. I tell Jamie this all the time. 10%. I tell you 10%. What have I got? 0%. But it's fine. What I was going to say is, listen. So I've launched this shop. And I'm talking about at the end of this podcast, the Electricians pod.shop. So it's a place where if you love Verso and you've heard about Verso on the podcast, pretty much 90% of their range is on the site. You simply just got to go on there. It's the easiest way. I made it with me in mind. I hate pop-ups. I hate I need to, if I watch a YouTube video on how to do something, I don't even want to know the person's name who's telling me how to do it. I just need the information straight away. And that is what the Electricians pod.shop is. It will give you the information straight away. You'll be able to click quantity, everything, add to basket, and get it shipped next day. And it's so easy to use. And the prices are competitive. And the stock is unrivaled. Go and check it out, man. Electricianspod.shop. Gary, really, you should be on there buying stuff and putting it on eFix. Really, you should do. Sam and his business tips. I bet you struggle to find a Spark who hasn't watched a video of Gaz's to brush up on something. Right. Do you know what? That's true, isn't it? Like, to this day, Sam, you should have mentioned this shop before. It sounds great. I have mentioned it before. For Christ's sake.
Gaz by any chance?
No.
Okay.
Gaz don't even know I've got a shop. OG is like the alpha, the original. Why is this conversation about OGs going on about? Yeah, Gaz is probably the GSH library might be the most important electrical library that's ever been.
Fact.
I think it is.
And Adam's just done his AM2S, like I said,
I think it is.
Adam's just done his AM2S, like I said, and he was turn around and just watch loads of Gaz's videos. And Gaz was on the phone to him and helping him out and say, what should we do? Say, go to what's the best reference to work off? Because obviously they're not allowed to tell anyone what's actually in the AM2. You're not legally, I don't think you're allowed to. So it was none of that, but it's like, go and do this, go and do that, research on this, research on that, and hopefully that will help. And Adam, as in videos that Adam went to watch of Gary's to see if it will brush up on his knowledge, because Adam hasn't done a lot of commercial stuff because of working with me. So pointed him in the right direction.
What do you think? Is Adam going to go and do some commercial stuff?
But no, that's the reason he wanted his gold card, so he could sub to people. But because of like John Bagley, John's got loads of stuff and does a lot of commercial stuff quite a lot.
Big boy.
So Adam is going to go and work with John. You know, if on his 2 days off that's by himself, Adam could be doing his own day rate, working for John, in Ireland at the moment, or whatever he wants to do. So
if he needs any tips or advice about subcontracting, hit me up.
Speak to Jamie, yeah.
Yeah, well, Jamie doesn't know. I might be an industry expert in this, just so you know. Sound like Paul Meelan now, don't I?
You got a shop?
I'm an industry expert. Huh?
You got a shop?
A shop? Yes, I have. It's called
you should have said. I wasn't
shop.
quite sure. I didn't quite hear it. Sorry, no.
Verso, yeah.
How many Verso boards you fitted?
About 5 or 6.
Oh, okay, and I'm just double checking you're not getting sponsored and not fitting the stuff. That's all.
I do get the podcast gets sponsored, but I actually sell the stuff because I believe in it that much. Actually, I believe in it so much, I created a shop to sell.
Right. So, what's your favourite thing about Verso boards compared to other people's brands?
I tell you what's nice is there's distance behind the buzz bar.
True.
That is a nice thing. I really like that. And the screws are quite nice and tight, which I quite like.
And what about the little triangle you get at the back of the board?
No,
I noticed that.
No.
So if you look in the middle of the board at the back, there's a triangle, cut out triangle. You got to take the lid off. You see it?
No.
Literally in the middle of the board at the very back, up the top. So when you're trying to balance the board and get it level, you can put that on, put a screw on it, balance it out, and it's a reference that you can hook on and hook off the board.
I don't know what that was for.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? I've used it ever since Will told me what it was. I was like, I'm going to try that, and it works for me, because the amount of times we're trying to do it with one hand and marksman and this and the other. So yeah, don't trust the spirit level in it. Little spirit levels, and no matter what brand of board it is, they're crap.
They're so pony because they're not even level. What was we talking about before?
About Verso boards.
Verso fuse boards. Listen, man, I feel like we've come to a natural end.
Yeah.
Unless you've got anything you want to add.
Not really. We haven't fell out. It's been pleasant, like old times.
Yeah.
Maybe.
How's your mum? Electricians podcast. We're out.